Russell T Davies is back, just not how you expected. Hello and welcome back to Madman with a Box. I'm one of the Madman Ozchris, here to talk about Mind of the Hodiac, one of the recent releases in the Doctor Who The Lost Stories range. This was created by Russell T Davies, yes, the Russell T Davies, and Scott Hancock. Now, this is continuing the trend of the Year of Six, the Year of the Sixth Doctor, the Year of Colin Baker. Man is working hard. He's got quite a few releases coming out. He's in Peladon. We've got Doctor of War coming out soon, in Unbound 2 series of that. We've also got more of his Sixth Doctor adventures. He's got to be the curator in Stranded 4. It's Colin's year, and he deserves it. You know, Big Finish helping continue the redeeming of the Sixth Doctor. It's great. You gotta love it. But we're starting off here with Mind of the Hodiac. So what is Mind of the Hodiac? In the depths of space, the mysterious Hodiac is manipulating the Galactic Stock Exchange to raise money. His aim? To hire mercenaries for a deadly quest across the stars. Meanwhile, on Earth, an ordinary British family is plagued by a series of psychic events. The one thing connecting these events is a magnificent patchwork coat, which just so happens to belong to the Doctor. So, I'm not going to go into spoilers with this story. My overall thoughts of it is that it was fine. It was fine. I felt like I kind of had like an expectation because it's Russell T Davies, so I thought I was going to be like, wow, this is so good. This reminds me of like watching like New Who when it first started. I was like almost like every episode, especially the RTD ones, I'm like, holy crap, like I'm really enjoying this. This was fine. Highlights: the Doctor Mel, the Sixth Doctor Mel. I haven't listened to a lot of the Big Finish stuff. The only TV show adventures we really have of them is the last two stories in Trial of a Time Lord, Terror of the Vervoids, and The Ultimate Foe. But the Doctor and Mel in here, I love them. I love their chemistry. I love their dynamic. So I'm eager to delve more into their stories with Big Finish. In my quest to just devour everything Doctor Who and Big Finish, but their dynamic here, great. I think Russell and Scott, they understood it. They knew the mission, as the kids would say. Damn, I'm so old. But they understand how their dynamic worked. They understood the characters. It worked well, portrayed well. Awesome. The other characters, the main character that really stand out was the antagonist, was the Hodiac, portrayed by Laurie Canaston. I probably butchered that surname. I apologize. I really liked the Hodiac. Very intimidating. Just every scene with the Hodiac, I was just like, oh damn, this is really good. It's really, really good. The other characters, they were fine. They did their job well, but I just felt like there wasn't something that stood out from like the Dr. Mel and the Hodiac and one other character, which I won't spoil because it's kind of integral to the plot. But everyone else, I think they did a fine job. They did what was written, etc. All that. Good job. I had really no problems with them. It's just the characters themselves didn't particularly stand out. At least to me. I didn't think there was any other character I thought was like, wow, that was a really good character. Like, that was really interesting. I think they were fine. Overall, the whole fitting into how I thought of with this story, fine. I would say, like, one note, like I said, I'm just devouring everything with Big Finish. I haven't gotten to a lot of the Sixth Doctor and Mel stuff. I will say that Bonnie Langford, Mel, her voicing Mel, it doesn't even sound like she's aged it at all. It still sounds like Mel first introduced Terror of the Vervoids. I'm just going to point that out. That's something that really stuck out listening to this story. Is like, are we sure that like this isn't just Bonnie? Like, someone actually built a time machine and just got Bonnie from like the past when she started Doctor Who, just brought her in for this story. Like, that's something that really stood out. You know, with some of the actors, like, you can tell with the voices, they've aged. They've gotten a lot older. It's still the distinct sound of that character, but like, you can tell that they've aged. but with Bonnie Langford for Mel, I don't really hear a difference. There may be some parts where it sounds like, yeah, but like for the huge majority of it, it's like, holy shit, like, it's like the character of Mel never aged at all, which is kind of the point. It's supposed to be Mel at this certain point in time, but I digress. I think overall the cast here, they did a good job. They did a good job with what they had, but the story itself was fine. I felt like the first half was a bit slower than the second half. The second half it definitely picked up. The first half it was kind of going from like these characters to these characters to these characters, just, you know, to set them all up to when they would all eventually meet together for the second half, where we're reaching like the big middle point to the conclusion. So it wasn't really a drag. It didn't feel like it's like, you know, come on, like, let's get to the point, let's get to the plot, like, hurry up. It's just, I felt with the first and second half, the first half just felt just a tidge, like a very tidge slower than the second half. The second half is, I think, I enjoyed the most out of this story. So if I were to rate Mind of the Hodiac, I'd probably, I don't know, I was going to say 6.5, but I feel like that's still low. That's above average. I'd say, you know, I would give it a 7. It's not necessarily good. It is fine, but it's not terrible. That's what I will say about it. I think it's a fine story. Just, if you just want to listen to something, that's it. It's not something I would say you have to go listen to this. This is like the definitive, not only the definitive Sixth Doctor story, the definitive RTD story. Now, RTD has done a lot better stories in Doctor Who, but this one, Mind of the Hodiac, it was fine. I mean, I liked it. I didn't feel like I wasted money buying this. I'm fine with what I got. I just felt like, I think I just put too high of an expectation on myself because it was RTD, so I think I got a bit too excited for it, but that's a me problem, not the production's problem. But overall, it's fine. I like the majority of the characters. I like the Doctor and Mel in it. Hodiac, pretty good villain. Really like that villain. The music in it, I really like the music in it. That's another standout point. The music in it, I think, was really, really good. I've probably inserted the musical suite into this as the background music to it, but I might have to listen to it by myself because I really like the distinct sound of that soundtrack. But that is it for my shortish, kindish-ish something. See what I'm doing there? I'm making a reference to a Sixth Doctor story. Which I have not listened to. I'm just making a reference to it. But that is it for my review of Mind of the Hodiac. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you listened to it yourself, what were your thoughts? Did you agree with me? Did you disagree with me? Knowing a lot of people, they disagree with me. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. But anyway, regardless of all that, hope you all have a good day. I'll see you all in the next one. Go check out the previous videos I've done by myself or with my two co-hosts. Catch you next time. Ciao.